Hi, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our next episode of Learning from Experts series. I'm Eugene Piddleman, your local real estate agent, and today I want to introduce Brenda Posner of Langdon Title company. Hi, Brenda, how are you today? Thank you very much for taking the time and joining us.
Well, hi, Eugene. Thank you so much for having me. So, hey, everybody out there. I'm Brenda Posner from Langdon Title. I'm the director of sales at Langdon. I run our continuing real estate education school, and I also do closings. And I've been doing closings for about 25 plus years. So I'm excited to be here with everyone today.
Thank you, Brenda. So today, obviously, our topic is title company. Title company plays extremely important role in a real estate transaction, and sometimes we need their services even in between when there's no transactions happening. Information that we're going to learn today is not only for any homeowner, buyer, or seller, but extremely important to understand for any real estate agent. And as with any new topics that we cover, we're going to start with basics. What is title company? Why and when we need one, and what are their services are. So Brenda, thank you very much again for joining us. Let's start with basics.
Okay, so what is a title company? A title insurance company is providing title insurance for real property purchases. So real property is really anything other than a co-op. Okay, so that'll include a condo, a single family house, a multifamily house, vacant land, a large building, really anything but that co-op. Okay, so what title insurance is title insurance is ensuring the legal transfer of ownership from seller to buyer, free and clear of any kind of debt associated with that seller or that property. Okay, so there are two main parts of it. One is that it's free and clear of any debt, and the other is that the seller has the legal right to transfer the property to the buyer. Okay, that is what your title insurance is ensuring. Why it's needed is for most people, their real estate purchase is going to be one of the largest purchases in their life. So you will want to ensure that you are getting that legal title, that seller really had that right to transfer to you. You'll also want to make sure that your deed, which is what you get when the seller signs when they transfer the property over to you, that your deed is properly recorded against your specific condo, unit, home, vacant land, whatever you're purchasing. Okay, so we take care of all of that for you and we insure it. Now, when someone is purchasing, you're getting title insurance, but it's one of those types of insurances that it's not the normal type of insurance where you need to pay it annually. You pay for title insurance once when you purchase property. And it's also at a state regulated rate. So what you want to do when you choose a title company is choose a company for their service, their knowledge, their expertise, to make sure that any title issues that came up are cleared so that you can close and you can have that comfort level of that you have your title insurance from a great company that for the lifetime that you own the property. Yeah. Let's see, what services do we offer? So what we do is we do all the due diligence, all the research on the property. We do the research on previous owners. We go all the way back to make sure that the chain of title, which is from seller to buyer, is all legally done. And we go in to make sure that there's no debt associated with the property. There are so many different types of debt that could be associated with property, from tax liens to IRS liens to all sorts of judgments. Judgments could be anything from a parking ticket to a child support lien to a credit card that didn't get paid that becomes a judgment, a lien against the property. So we make sure that there's nothing left from the seller that would be left on the property as a lien, so that when the buyer gets it, there's no debt associated with the property unless they take out a new mortgage when they purchase. Okay, so we're ensuring that all this is taken care of. with all our due diligence that we do. So we're extremely thorough, and we work closely with your buyers and sellers attorneys to be able to ensure that all this happens, and everything that needs to get taken care of is taken care of prior to when you actually sit down at closing. And then you sit down at closing and you're handed a title policy. And that's when payment is due. And that's it. Then you're insured for the lifetime of ownership, and you can have that comfort that you're never going to have anyone that's going to come knocking on your door saying, I actually have the title to this property. You're going to say, no, 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 here's my title insurance policy. You know, if there's any dispute, fight it out with them. They'll take care of it for me. And really, in a nutshell, that's really what title insurance is and how we help you insure your home.
I got you. Thank you very much. Okay, let me ask you this. So you said at the beginning that the co-op is an exemption from that rule, that you don't do that. So why is that?
Okay, so first I want to say I am not an attorney.
Okay.
So what a co-op is not real property. Your ownership is evidenced by a stock and a lease. So it's a corporation. And you get a lease to your unit, and then you got a stock certificate with your ownership for your portion of the building. So since it's not real property, you don't have a deed recorded. You have instead, you get your stock, which is your stock certificate, just as if you were buying any other corporation.
Right. Okay, I got you. Thank you. And one more thing. You said we're going all the way back to make sure that there's no issues on the title. So how far back? What do you mean by that?
We go back, at least 50 years. If there's any circumstances where it seems like we may need to go back further, then we do more of an extended search. So once the initial search is done, the discussions, within the office, within the attorney, our clearance counsel and our underwriters, if we need to go further back, we will. Usually that's, sufficient.
So approximately 50 years.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brenda, for that information. I hope we all learned something new today. And Brenda's direct contact information attached to this video below. Please feel free to contact her directly with all your questions. And also, please sign up for our channel and stay tuned for our next episode with Learning from Expert series. And Brenda, what are you gonna share with us next time? What we're gonna discuss next time?
Well, first, I want to thank you again for having me. I think what we should discuss is what costs are actually on the title bill.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a value for people to understand, because there are a lot of costs on the title bill that aren't necessarily for title insurance. They're pass-through charges.
Okay. So that's a date. So next time we're going to discuss all those expenses. Okay. Thank you again for joining us today. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.